Hello and welcome. Good evening to my office. I'm super excited that you're here because tonight we're talking about I am, who you are, and why this is so important for that discovery that we want to transform through, right? So I am super excited that you're here. I'm looking try to make sure that I get my comments here. So when you're joining in, say hey. I'm super excited that you're coming on. We're going to be live tonight, and we're talking about self-discovery and who you really are and what you want to do with your life. So hop on in. I'm trying to adjust my setup, and every time I move my hands, it's kind of like hopping on here. So say hey when you're hopping on. I'm really excited that you're here because we are going to be talking about self-discovery. We're talking about I am, who you are, what you really want to do in life, and how you can discover that. So I have 3 techniques for you that I use personally and that I still use, even though I know now who I am and what I want to do. But I had to figure that out. So I want to share those with you. So come on in, ladies. I'm really excited that you're here. Hop on, say hey. I see some people hopping on. Welcome, welcome. Join us tonight. If you have never been on here, this video is streamed via StreamYard. So if you comment, if you click on the button that says that you have never been commented on StreamYard, then I will see who you are. But I also have my phone sitting right here, so I will see the live comments as well. Bloop. I will see the live comments as well. So hello, Diane. Welcome, welcome. I see some people hopping on. So come on in. I don't want to waste any time because we have lots of things that I want to talk to you about. You know, it is really about, like, you know, we talked about being happy and what your happy place is. But we also want to know who you really are. Like, what question do you need to ask yourself? You might know or said, okay, I'm a woman and I do this, right? But really and truly, how do you get to that point? So the first technique is super easy, ladies. You have to ask yourself some questions. And the problem is we don't do that often enough. And when we do ask ourselves questions, then we don't ask the right questions, or we ask questions that don't make us feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Can you give me a heads up on that? So think about the things that you struggle with. You know, think about the things that you say, oh, you have a job, you're a mom, you are a caregiver, you are a boss, you whatever you are. So write these titles down. Write down who you are and what you are. Because that is kind of like the foundation that we start. So what is your current job role? Like, what is your job? What are you doing in your job? Are you an employee? Are you a supervisor? Do you manage people? Who you are in your job? Who you are at home? Right? So that is what are you a mom? Are you a caregiver to elderly parents? Do you have dogs? Do you have cats? What is it? What is it? So you definitely need to write that down. Write it down, ladies, because it's highly, highly, highly important that you know who you are. And then we go from there. So when you ask, why are you doing this? I think being aware is the first step of knowing. So my second step is be aware. Be aware of, where do you start? What is that? And it was just like I said, what's your job? What is, and all of the little, what's your job? What are you doing in that job? What you are at home? Are you a mom? Are you a single mom? Are you a wife without children? Like, who you are? Who are you? And you say, I am. You can start as, hey, Judy. You can say, I am, and then ... and then list everything out that you are. Okay, that's the start. So then when as you grow in that awareness who you are, or you really never thought about that you are a caregiver, or you really never thought about that you are a boss or a leader, even if you're not in a supervisor position. So write down who you are. in your daily life, at home. Hey, say hey when you're hopping on, ladies. Welcome to tonight's show. Super excited that you're here. So when you do that, think about the things that you do. Think about the things that make you happy. Think about the things that make you not happy. That sink in, right? Example: if you have if you're currently in a position that you decide, okay, so I'm an employee, but I really don't like this job. I took this job because it paid good, but I really don't like it, right? So what does it feel for you? You have to create an emotional connection to that. I'm so glad you're here. You have to create that emotional connection, and you have to understand really what that means for you. And so, I always say you can choose to change something, right? You can choose to make a difference. We have a choice every day. And even though some things are predictated to us, like if we are a employee or a boss at work, right? Some things are predictated, and we have to complete this task, and we have to be managing certain people that you have. But you have a choice every day to make a difference and to decide that this job is maybe not for you. So wherever you are in your journey, wherever you are in your life, understand that you have a choice to change. And just because you are in a current situation, that does not define you. Your past does not define you. Your past makes you who you are today, but it doesn't define you what you're going to become in the future. And so ask, and I urge you to ask these tough questions. You have to ask those tough questions because it will only move you forward. There's probably things that you don't want to face. There's probably things that you have encountered that you don't want to talk about it. But until you face those things, you have to have these hard and tough conversations. Until you face these things, nothing changes. Nothing changes. And that's where I never knew that and I don't know if you my story, but just a kind of split out of that, I want to share with you. I never knew. I had a mom that my grandparents adopted me, so I never met my mom until I was 18, and she's still not really. I didn't feel like she's my mom. Hey, Lorianne, I don't feel like she's my mom, but I never knew that. I never had a connection with her, right? And I never had a relationship with her. But when I really dug deep and when I found out who I was, I realized that there was some animosity deep down inside of me against her. And I didn't realize that until it came out. I cried about it and I let it all go, right? And I decided that it did not define me, who I was. It defined me. It made me who I am today, and it does not define me who I am in the future, right? So I had to work through that, and until you let some of the things that you are stuck with, that you are having to work through, that you don't want to face because it's painful, you have to work through it. And I experienced and discovered that there is probably something that I learned out of that, and I did. And now I can help others do the same thing. I can help others reconnect to self without without feeling selfish, without being not connected to who they really are. So ask these questions, ask some tough questions. There will be a fabulous worksheet that I will be posting in the group under files, so you can print that out and utilize it for as many, and there is a lot of questions on there that you can utilize in your personal life, for your personal life, for your career, for your social life, for your emotional life. So everything that you need, probably ever, any questions that you ever want to ask. So think about the things that you are connected with, and I'm going to give you my first one, of course, ask these critical questions, right? The second one is be honest with you. Be honest with yourself, because there is nothing you're going to lose about being honest with yourself, because you understand how you connect with you is going to be with you for the future. You want to grow in the future, you want to change something in the future, you want to make you want to be better in the future, then connect with inner self. Yes, Judy, I will post that, and when you're on the group, you can just literally go on the files. I will do that after we're done. And yeah, you can download. It's called the Self-Discovery Questions, and it's great. It's a really great tip sheet. But think about, to be honest with yourself and letting go of the things that we kind of just talked about. And then I think, of course, not judgment. Don't be judgmental. I think we are, as women, we are so, oh, should I really do this? Does it look selfish? What do other things think about me? It doesn't matter. It's about you. It's about you. Take time for you. Say yes to you because you want to connect with you. And yes, we have families. Like I have families, I have kids, I have a husband, I have kids, I have dogs, I have workers that I work with. But at the end of the day, it's important that I connect with self, and that I take that time to connect with self. And most of the women that I have worked with, a lot of women are in the corporate management level that I work with, and they all say, I really don't take time for me. And I'm not talking about taking a Saturday morning off and having a pedi and a mani and a massage. That's not what I'm talking about. This is fun and enjoyable, but connecting to self, I'm talking about really like taking time, digging deep, and understanding who you are and your inner core, like your deepest core. The third thing is that we really need to understand we need to be specific. Be specific. Don't ask just who I am, right? Be specific with your questions. And these questions on this worksheet is just a guide for you. Be specific and write it out. Write it on this sheet so you can reference back. Add questions to it. If you are, hey Karen, if you are really looking at discovering yourself again, or for the first time ever because you have never done that, then use that. Use that to really understand, because until you understand who you are, you're not going to know, you're not going to understand why you're not happy in your life. If you were like me and you are in that space where you say, I'm not happy and something needs to change, I just don't know what, right? You have a job, you're in a management position, maybe you are worked hard to get to that management position. You are you tell yourself, okay, when I get that management position, then I'm going to be happy. And then you have that management position, and then you are still having like the missing link. And not only do you have to connect to your higher power, not only do you have to connect to inner self, to your core, what aligns with you, what is important to you, but you also need to understand that without that base, without that foundation, you can't grow. You got to know who you are in the world that you're in right now. This is where you are, right? You got to understand. And we will be talking about this in the masterclass. If you have not signed up for the Saturday's masterclass, oh my gosh, it's $27. You get lots of material to work with. You can get in. I'm going to post the link under this live. You don't want to miss it because it will help you so much. It kind of piggybacks on what I'm talking about tonight, and we will really be deep. And this is a workshop done with you. with all the things in hand. This is something where you can ask questions. This happens on Zoom. You can ask questions. We have a Q&A. All of your questions will be answered. I will help you understand where you are and where you want to go, right? Because that's what it's all about. If we're not happy in our life, if we are stuck in the rut and we're having a job that we go to because we have to, but we're really not aligned with it, it's not really the job, and it maybe is the job, and it's just the wrong company. Even if you're retired, you got to figure out what is it about? Maybe you're an empty nester. Your kids are gone. They are married. They're gone to college. They moved out. And now you don't know what to do because your purpose is kind of gone. Although your kids never leave, right? Your purpose is always, let's see, my internet is doing something crazy here. But think about when you are in that space where you don't know, you have that gut feeling that something has to change or something is missing, but you don't know what. You don't know where to start. You don't know where to go. You're in that space between frustrated, anxiety, and depression. That's where you're stuck, and you can't understand why you're not happy with your job. Why is it constantly that you want to go somewhere else? You want to always find the next thing. You are just not satisfied. Hey, you're an empty nest. Don't know what you want to do. Judy, you need to sign up for this class on Saturday. This master class is going to be amazing. Workshop done with you. And we will, like I said, everybody's at a different level, right? Wherever we go, wherever we start, it's like, well, I don't know. Maybe I want to do this. Maybe I want to do a side hustle. Like for my ladies that are in the working world still, they say, well, maybe I do this side hustle. Maybe this is fun. Maybe I need something just to get out of the rut. You don't know until you know. And we will discover this on Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Central Time. Sign up. It's $27. You get more value. I'm telling you, what I will show you on Saturday will help you in your life, in your future, wherever you want to go with that, whatever you want to do with it. If you want to stay in your job, find your dream job, change jobs, become an entrepreneur, we will discover this together. And it's going to be amazing because we will learn all from each other. Sign up. It's $27. Can't miss out on it. So let's go back. So the three techniques: ask questions, ask yourself the tough questions. Be a tough cookie, put your big girl panties on, ask yourself these tough questions. And I'm just going to give you just a couple so you will know, what do you fear most in your life right now is one of them. What would it mean if that happens, right? What is the definition of love for you? What emotional do you want to feel most of the time? And if you say, okay, when I talk about, like, for instance, if it's personal or if it's in your career, what do you see as your ideal job is one of the questions on here, for instance. And then there's the question, why? Let that sink in. Let the question sink in. And see how it makes you feel on the inside. Like, does that question make you feel warm and fuzzy? Does that question make you feel scared? Does that question make you feel frustrated? Make a note of that. Just say, okay, this makes me feel weird. Like, but I don't know the answer to those questions. Judy, you got to come to Saturday. I'm telling you. We will dig more in this on Saturday. This is a tip sheet and some techniques how. But you got to know for yourself, right? Judy, you got to know for yourself. And it's hard to do this on a training. There has to be some interaction. We're going to do this training on Zoom, which is going to be fabulous. You're going to get a link from me. You're going to log in, and we will be together workshopping this out together. We'll see each other. We'll talk with each other. It's much easier than really understanding what that, what that truly looks like. So when you look at this question, like, okay, here's something about relationships. So what does where I meet these new friends tell me about myself? So where do you meet new friends? Where do you meet new people that you want to hang out with, right? Because sometimes people say, oh, I don't want to hang out with those people no more. Like, I don't want to hang out with the negative Nelly people, right? Are my people that I hang out with, are they positive or negative? Do I really want to hang out with them? So there is a lot of things that we have to think about. And this is a good, like I said, if you get this, print it out or save it on your computer and do it before Saturday. Sign up for Saturday and do it before Saturday. And you will it will trigger some of those things that we're going to talk about Saturday. Like I said, it's $27. You're going to get $100 worth of that, even at thousands. If I would have known what I'm going to teach you on Saturday before I actually figured out what I'm doing now and what I love to do, it will blow your mind. It will change your life, I promise. $27, can't miss it. So when you are ask yourself these hard questions, these tough questions, like I said, put your big old panties on and do it. Ask yourself those questions and really give some time to think about it. Don't do it like between out of the door running to work. Give yourself some time to do that. Ask yourself those questions, and then be honest about the questions, right? Don't just say, oh, well, be honest. Nobody's going to see it. You're going to have to answer those questions to yourself. Connect with your inner self, ladies. Connect with your inner self, because it's important that you know what triggers you, what makes you happy. And then the third one, write down the feeling that these questions have on you. How you feel about it. Like, what does it make you feel when you ask yourself, the people I hang around with, are they positive or negative? You know exactly. And this is what kills me. Oh, it makes me laugh too. When you ask this question, okay, who are the people that are negative that I hang around with? You know exactly who the people are. You know exactly who the people are. And maybe you are the negative person. Maybe you need to come on the positive side of life. Is my life always positive? No. But there is a way of really understanding and honing in on what you want in life, what attributes you have to have, and what has to change. So we will be talking about this on Saturday, and it's highly effective that you know where you want to go. Until you know who you are in your story, we're going to say, this is your story. All the experiences that you had until now make you who you are today, if you like them or not. This experience that you don't want to talk about, I get it. I totally get it. But they made you who you are today. And there's a day that, they always say, when is the best day to plant a tree or a plant? It's today. When is the best time to change? When is the best time to change your life? Today. Start today. What is holding you back? If you don't feel totally fulfilled and happy in what you do, in your job, in your career, in your life, in your relationships, then you have to change something. Nothing changes until somebody changes. So since you cannot change anybody else but yourself, that's where you got to start. So take a deeper look at you, like you look in the mirror. And I know who does. Like, oh my gosh, we look in the mirror. It's like, oh, I have bags under my eyes. I'm 15 pounds too big. The shirt that I wear doesn't fit. All of that. I have wrinkles on my forehead. So we're all human, and it's okay. We beat each other up, and we don't really need to do that. So think about the things that you are currently, that you do, that you are. What are you doing? No, we're not buying nothing not right now. Let me finish, baby. Okay? So think about the things that you are in tune with, that you are thinking about, that you say, I might like to do that. So sign up for Saturday. You don't have to lose anything. You have nothing to lose, ladies. You are more than you know. You can be empowered by somebody that's been there and done that. No matter if you're 25, 35, 55, 65, it doesn't matter. Today you can start. Tomorrow you can start. Saturday you can start if you made the decision to do so. Just like people decide, people always wait to make a New Year's resolution on January 1st. You can make a resolution today to change something, no matter what it is. And it's like that commitment that you have to make to yourself. If you want to lose weight, the only commitment you have to make is to yourself. Now, if you're a personal trainer, you probably have some commitment there too. But it's not like you want to run a marathon. Is it going to be work? Absolutely. You have to work on yourself. You have to make that decision, to make that call, to say yes to yourself, to say yes to change something. But until you know who you are and what you need to change, you're not going to know. So feel empowered to say yes to yourself. Join us on Saturday and take what you get out of that. And if you need more help, we have a program for that. We have a program for that helps women change their life. Being blessed by others. Bless others. Change a career path. Like all of that is in you. All of that is in you if you make a decision. And we're getting the little decision fatigue. We're like, oh, we don't want to make this. I don't want to make a decision. But you have to. And I'm here to help you. This workshop is done with you. It's not for me. It's for you. It's for you to figure out what you want. What you really want in life. What you really want in life, ladies. And it's hard when you get to that point. You're like, well, I really don't know. Maybe I want to do this. Maybe I want to do that. That's all speculation. When you know who you are and what you're made for, and with God's intuition, you will, then you understand. Judy, good. Hey, Janice. Judy, that is a good question. So Judy asked, if you have not seen it, how to get over the fear of making big decisions. So it is just like, it's just like the question, how do you eat an elephant? Small pieces at a time. And that big decision, if you think it's a big decision, let's break it down. Let's break that big decision down. And we can talk about this Saturday. Break this big decision down and say, Karen, this worksheet right here, this worksheet will be posted after this live training in the group section on the top in files. Y'all can download it, print it, write on it, do whatever you want to do with it. It has questions. It has self-discovery questions on here in 3-4 different areas of your life. So yes, that will be out there. But when this is a starting point. And if you have a starting point, you can have that. You can have, Judy, you can make a big decision. Is a big decision because it's in your mind and you have to change something. And not everybody sees, like, for instance, and I'm going to take me as an example. 20 plus years ago, I decided to move to the US. I'm originally from Germany. I met my now husband, and I decided to move to Germany. I decided to move to the US. It was not a big decision for me. although people said, oh my gosh, you moved 9,000 miles, you left everything behind you, but it made I made it what I wanted it to be. So for me, it was a new opportunity. For me, it was getting out of the rut that I was in. For me, it was seeing and experiencing something new, and I found the love of my life. So I didn't make the decision on, hey, Loretta. So I made the decision because I prayed about it. I looked at it and I said, okay, what if I do it? What if I don't do it? What can happen if I don't do it? And what could happen if I do it? What is the bad outcome if something happens? I have to move back to Germany, right? So I had to quit my job. I had to sell my apartment. I had to clean out my apartment. I had to pack up things that I thought I needed. I had to sell things or throw away things that I thought I didn't need it. You know what I'm saying? So for some people, that would have been a huge decision, moving across a continent, or moving to a different continent and starting a new life, like starting over, seriously starting over. For me, it wasn't a big decision. You see what I'm saying? It is how I was raised, what I knew, what I understood, and what I thought this is going to bring for me, what opportunity I had with it. And so making a big decision is breaking that big thought into smaller thoughts and taking it apart. Like, what do I have to do for moving before I move? What needs to be done? Like how many, there's 10 items that I need to do before I move, right? So breaking it down in bite-sized pieces and understanding what that's going to do for you. That's it. And not getting totally freaked out about it. And I do understand, like I said, for some people, people still, they're like, you going where? You doing what? Like you quitting your job? You have a great job. Like, why would you want to do this? And it's like I said, if you make your mind up, you want to do something. I made my decision. I want to build a business. I want to help women to find what I found. I made a conscious decision. I made my mind up with my business that I'm having now, that I want to help women discover who they are and what they really want in life, and bringing them clarity. Not like, oh, well, I maybe want to do this, I maybe want to do that. No, exactly knowing what your God-given gifts are and how you're going to use them. It's amazing. It's when you figure it out, it's like you're going to get excited about it, and that's where I'm like, if it's a big decision or not, it doesn't matter, because and this is the kicker, I think, that until you make a decision, nothing changes, right? When you make the decision, something's going to change. And it's not making this decision, it's the fear that something could go wrong when you make it. And so that's overcoming that fear, overcoming the limiting beliefs that we have through social media, through our parents, through whoever raised us, through who we were influenced by. It's all there. You just have to overcome it. I hope this makes sense. Tell me if that makes sense. Making sure that I'm kind of... So the 3 techniques: ask the questions, be honest to yourself, and understand how it makes you feel when you ask these questions. That's my 3 techniques, and they have brought me so much clarity. Tell me if that makes sense. Comment something. Tell me what you're thinking. I know this is hot top topic. How do you overcome the limiting beliefs and find out the gifts within? We will talk about this more, Miss Judy, on Saturday too. So it is, and I have a program, a 3 months program all around that. So if you're interested, I will be talking about this on Saturday as well. This is my Crossroads Transformation Academy, where it's really, you really get to know who you are, what your story is, get rid of the limiting beliefs, because it's all a mindset change, Judy, that you have to have. Your mindset has to change for your limiting beliefs, for that to go away, like truly go away. Do I have sometimes limiting beliefs? Absolutely. But I got to the point now where I connect with my higher power, and I ask God to guide me in that. And as crazy as that sounds sometimes, and sometimes he's not answering right away because it's not my timing, it's his. I had to learn that. I had to connect that. I had to connect those pieces together and really figure out how is that happening, right? How can I focus on what's important to me? So I wanted to become closer to God. I want to have a closer walk with God. And everything evolves around it. What am I passionate about? And what is important in my life? What my values are? And when you have these three, these three, then your decision, any decision you make, any question that comes up, you run through this filter. Kind of like the little what you call it, sand sifters. Like everything that comes in is going through that sifter. You shake it, and then the big pieces stick in there, the smaller pieces fall through, right? Same thing. That's the same thing you do when you work on that self-discovery. You're sifting everything through the same lens. You're looking at it with the same lens. You're going to ask the same question. Is that moving me forward? Does that make me happy? What is the feeling that's attached with me? What is the feeling that is attached with that? Is it something that I'm interested in? If I'm not passionate about it, it's not even on my list, right? So lots of good, like you have to ask yourself those questions. You have to change your mindset around what are your values in life? What's important to you? And what is driving you? Because you're not going to know until you know. And it takes some time. It's like, I just had a birthday. I just turned 50. And so I didn't know that with 25. But I do have clients that say, hey, my daughter is out of college and she has this degree, but now she doesn't know what she wants to do. And I work with those too. Because it's never too late or never too early to discover what your values are, what you're passionate about, what you love to do. And I have some clients that say, if I would have known now if I would have known then what I know now after being with you in the 3 months program, I would have not gone to college, or I would have not taken that job, or I would have, you see what I'm saying? Because they're doing something. And you probably, if you have kids that are grown, or if your kids that go to college or not go to college, I always tell my kids, I said, you don't have to college until you know truly what you want to do, because you can do that college later. Until you figure out what you want to do, you don't have to make that decision now. And it's never too late. Like I said, if you are 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, today is the day you can change. That's the cool part. And God's always watching. God's always there to guide you. God's always waiting for you to say, okay, God, I'm ready for you now. And that has helped me so much. I was not a big believer. I was not connected to God like I'm now. And it has shown me what my passions are, what God-given gifts I had. And that's what I'm connecting to. and it makes such a difference. So I hope I'm going to be chit-chatting and talking here. So I hope this helped. If you're interested, join our Saturday masterclass. I will be posting the link in the comments below this video so you can grab it, sign up. It's $27. You get a lot of information. You get a lot of handouts, and we're going to have a great time. It's going to be about a 2-hour Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Central Time, this coming Saturday, March 11th. I hope I see you there, ladies. Do you have any questions for me? Any questions before I let you go? Do you talk about how to determine God-given gifts? Yes, we will talk about that too. Absolutely, Judy. We'll talk about that. Eastern. So Eastern time is 1 hour ahead of us. So there would be like from 11 to 1. So it's from 10 to 12. Central Time, so 11 to 1. Eastern Time is, I think, an hour ahead, if I remember that right. But yes, join us. We have a fun giveaway too, so lots of information, more than you probably can handle. You have the power to change, ladies. You have the power to change. You just have to access it. So if you don't have any questions, ladies, I will send you off with the blessing because you're such a blessing to me. Thank you for joining us tonight. Like I said, the worksheet is going to be in the file section on the top. You can grab that and print it out and go through it. And just, if you have any questions afterwards, feel free to comment under this video or under the file. No problem. And I will get a message. No more questions? Give you one more second. Any more questions before I let you go? Before I send you off with the blessing? All right. Let me send you off with the blessing. Lord, I pray tonight that you bless everybody represented here, Lord. Open their minds and their hearts. I hope that what I said tonight touched somebody and they are feeling that they are in a place where they need to be, where they are finding themselves. Lord, let me help them discover themselves, find what they're passionate about, Lord. I pray that you touch somebody's heart and, be present with them, Lord. Help them, guide them where they need to be, where you want them to be, Lord. Show them what their gifts are and let us connect with them, Lord, as we are getting together here Saturday. I pray for such a blessing, for an amazing group of ladies that's coming together on this Saturday. And in Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Yes, Judy, if you are you on my email list? I think you are. I'm going to look. So there will be an email going out tomorrow with the sheet attached and with the replay of the video. Thank you so much, ladies, for stopping by tonight. I very much, so very much appreciate you. Let me write that down, Judy. Let me get it really quick. I think you're on my list. Hang on. Let me get this. Judy, I got it. And then Karen. Yeah, should be able to. The email will go out tomorrow for sure. All right. Thank you so much, ladies, for hopping on tonight. Again, I will post the link in the comments. You can sign up for the masterclass on Saturday. Lots more information to come for you there. So I hope that you have an amazing evening. And thank you so much for joining me tonight.